Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make, this is actually a remake of the loopy bow that I make. I tried to make it a while back and ran out of time on my camcorder. So this is the actual bow. If you can see it. We're not going to make this actual one, but we're going to make one similar as far as style goes. So here are the things that you're going to need. You're going to need your ribbon, and I'm using, since it's close to Halloween, we're going to use I guess Halloween colors or whatever you want to call it. So I have a black and purple, I have a glitter black, I have a neon orange, I thought this was a fun one, a black and neon green, and I have a neon green, a 7/8 inch, blah. And then I'm also using, I thought this was neat, because you kind of want to use fun colors. So this was a sparkle 3/8 inch, and then I've also got, I'll show you here, this, it's kind of sparkly, and then well, I'll tell you this here in a second, but okay, so then there's your ribbon that you're going to need, and then you're going to need either your scissors or a cutting tool, and this is what I use. It's made by Fiskars, and it just, you open it, very sharp, but it makes it so easy just to shoop. Okay, then you are going to need, yes, the dreaded needle and thread, but it's not that bad, I promise. And you're going to need, if you want to put a bottle cap image on it, you can. If not, you could put a bow. I mean, you could take just like one of these ribbons and just kind of make a little bow or something and put that on it. You could do whatever you want. This is your project, so you do whatever you want. So I've got a kind of a neon green bottle cap, and then I just found this ghostly image that I thought I would use. And then I use, a lot of people ask what I use to put the bottle cap image in here to get it to stick, and what I buy, it's this Quick Fix super glue, and it's a brush on. This is old, so it's kind of stringy, so you got to be really careful, but yeah, it's a brush. So, and what I do is I just brush it right on there. So you will need something like that. I don't like to use super glue, or not super glue, hot glue, because it kind of leaves it bumpy. So, and then you're going to need, I use a little piece of felt like this, and this is to go on the back of this. That way it's not just that, because sometimes that happens to fall off. So I just put a piece of felt on the back of that, and it helps hold it. And then you're going to need a bigger piece of felt. I think this is probably, this is a 1.5 inch piece of felt, and this goes on the back of here just to hold your clip or whatever you want. And then you're going to need your clip. Now this one I have a French barrette on it, but I'm actually all out of French barrettes, so I'm going to use a double alligator clip. And then you need your 3/8 inch ribbon to line your clip. I cut this about 4¼ inches. And I think that's it. So we'll get started. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get your needle and thread. You want to put a knot at the end. Don't forget to put your knot, because once you get them all threaded and then you go to pull it through and you have no knot, then you have to start over. So what I've done is move some of this stuff out of the way. You take your ribbon. Now, it depends on how long. Like this one is about 3 inches long, so that means that I've cut these to about 3 inches. So you'll just want to measure your 3 inches. No, actually, and this one I'm making is 2.5, so I would go 2.5 inches and then cut it. And then you do that to all your pieces, and I usually use about 5 pieces of each ribbon. So I have, as you can see, they're all laid out here, and they're all heat sealed. You always make sure that you want to heat seal the ends. And if I can grab one here, you just take it and you just take your lighter and just barely go across it. And you can feel whether it's heat sealed or not. So you just go across that. So, and then you kind of want to lay them out in order, the order maybe that you would like to see them. It doesn't have to be perfect because they kind of just all fall. So we're going to start with this black. So you just take it and you pinch it in half. And then you just go, let's see if you can see this, just a little into it. You see how far? It's not very far. You don't want to go too close to the edge because it could fray out. So you just put that on there. And then here's the Rick Rack glitter. Now there's 2 different ways you can use this. I'm going to go ahead and use it as just like I did this one. Or you could just cut it shorter and then just put it on there as that and it sticks up, which is probably what I should have done, but actually I think I will. I think it'll look a lot better. So basically we can just cut each one of these maybe just a little bit off. And there again, it doesn't have to be perfect. So I have one more. Okay. So then this, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna slide it on just like that. And then once you get it done, if it's too tall, you can still clip it. So, okay. Now I need my, if I can find it. Oh, I can't find it. I have the stuff that I dip my fingers in and it keeps it from sticking. So you can actually go like one side and then the other if it makes it easier for you. Oops, sorry if I'm out of the picture here. So see how they're going on together, and it doesn't matter if they're any which way. Just slide it on down. If I had my finger stuff, this wouldn't be so difficult, but I don't know where I put it. As most of you know, we moved and I'm still not 100% set up. So, okay, so then we get to this one, and there again, we're just gonna slide it on. And I've cut these at an angle at the top. It just kind of makes it prettier. So then, once you get so many layers on, I mean, you can do it for every layer. You just grab it and just pull it on down. Just like that. And then we'll go back to the first one. Sorry, I'm really bad about getting out of the camera's view. So you just keep layering them together. We'll do one more here. Got cooperating with me. Okay, then there again, and if it gets, sometimes it gets kind of tight, so I'll just use my pliers, and then I just pull it on down. And once I get it off of there, then I just kind of spread them out a little bit. So you'll see how it's kind of coming together. So you're just going to keep stringing them along. So I'll go ahead and get these strung together, and then I will come back and show you how to put the rest of it together. Okay, so I'm down to my last few pieces here. Okay, so then we're going to pull them all down. And then once I get them down here, I just kind of like spread them out a little bit, just so they're not all scrunched together. And I remove my needle. Okay, so then you just have this string of ribbon. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around and I'm going to tie it. I'll go around twice. And then you just start pulling it together. And then you're going to find the middle where it's tied together. And you're going to pull it not too tight, but usually what I do is I'll pull it tight and then I kind of go around and fluff it all up. So then once you get it, the tightness that you want, tightness, is that a word? Then I'll go ahead and I'll do it again. And then I tie it a third time just to make sure that's not going to go anywhere. Okay. Then you come back and you cut it. Then you're going to turn around here and it looks kind of nasty. So what I do is I just kind of pinch the bottom of the thread. And I don't actually use just thread. I use this ball. This has lasted me, I bet, 8 months. 6 to 8 months. And actually all it is it's crochet thread. So it's really, really tight and it's not real slick. So it actually just feels like string instead of actual thread. Okay, so we're just gonna move it around. I actually may have gotten this one a little too tight, but you can just kind of play with it and it'll usually work for you. So that doesn't look too bad. See how these little pieces are sticking up? It just makes it kind of cute. And this will measure about 2.5 inches. So however wide, however long you cut the ribbon, like I said, this one is about 3 inches wide. It actually is kind of been squished, so, but it's about 3 inches. So these were cut to 3 inches and these were cut to 2. So just kind of play with it till you get it fluffed up and where you want it. And then what I do is I will take my hairspray and I'll go ahead and spray it. So I'll let you take another look at it. And then of course there's your back. And then this is where your felt piece is gonna go. So after you spray it, or actually you could actually put your felt piece on first, which I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So you just, I actually don't go clear around the edge. I just kind of stay mainly in the middle. Otherwise, all of your ribbon is going to stick to it. So I'm just going to lay that on there. And that kind of serves as the base of it. So it's something for your clip to stick to, and it just kind of gives it stability. Okay, so then after you spray it, and I'll show you what I use. I use Rave. I actually get this at the dollar store. I think it's $2 a can. Dollar General is where I get it, but it smells really good. And this is it says 4X Mega, and it says scented hairspray. So it's like an extra hold. So we'll just say that I've sprayed it, and then we're going to go ahead and attach the bottle cap with my old, it's not really old, it's just, it needs to be replaced. So I just kind of brush that in here. And then I'll take this and then just carefully put it in the middle. And then, I don't know, this works out really good for me. I know it's kind of a crazy idea, but I get these Scripto lighters, and I get them at Walmart, and they're fairly cheap. They're like 70-some cents. Anyway, that fits right in there. So I just kind of push it in there. I don't know if you can see, but it's perfect the way, it's like the perfect width, so it just kind of pushes it down in there. And once that kind of dries, you're going to take your epoxy sticker, carefully remove it, and then you're just going to lay it right on top. And then I just hold that down for a second. Then I'll put a little bit of glue on the back of this. This is the little piece of felt, and it's about 3/4 of an inch. And there again, it just adds kind of a texture for it to stick to, instead of just being the slick back of this. Okay, so then you can put this anywhere you want on here. And then what I normally do, I'll just show you since I haven't sprayed it yet, but I'll put some glue here, and then whatever loop, I'll put my finger in that loop, and then I'll attach it, and then I push and hold it. That way it's, so that's probably where I would put it, is right there. Actually, I'll just go ahead and put it there. It doesn't take a whole lot of glue, because when you get it on here, you're going to fill it through there. So just don't burn yourself. And you don't have to hold it tight, because, like I say, it gets pretty hot, which is a good thing. Hot is a good thing. Okay, and then I see some little pieces here. This rickrack is kind of hard to heat seal because it wants to burn, so I'm just kind of weird. I heat seal everything. Okay, so then we'll just line our clip real quick. Sticky, sticky. And then while I've got you on here, I will go ahead. I've had a couple people ask me about what I put inside of the clip to keep it from falling out of the hair. And I go to Walmart and buy, this is shelf liner, I think they call it. And I don't buy the real cheap stuff. This is kind of like poofy, because the cheaper you buy, you'll know it. So, and what I do is I cut some off. But yeah, it comes in a roll like this. And it lasts forever. So I will cut some off, and then what I do, if you can see, they each have like a little bubble. So I will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I cut it after that 7th one. And then I go through and cut the edges just to clean it up. And then I cut one end just a little shorter. And then you line this, just a little bit of glue, and then you take your flatter end, put it back there, just move it around, and then push it down. And if you get a little bit of glue, like I got some right there, the best way to do that is to take your lighter and just kind of go across it. It heats it up enough to where you can just pull it right off. So there's your lined clip. So then you just want to go to the back of this, and then you're just going to put a little strip of glue, and then you're going to put it on the back and just kind of hold it. I usually go a ribbon or two down and just hold, just so it gets good and attached, so you have enough pressure to keep it attached. And then there is your loopy bow. Isn't that cute? So I am going to spray this down and get caught up on some other things, and I will make another tutorial probably later today or tomorrow. So if you have any suggestions on what you want me to make a video of, just leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching.